That's not rain, and I didn't get out of the shower. 24 degrees out right now in Maine, and I'm sweating. Gramp's gonna keep doing what Gramp does. We got all the wood stacked that was cut yesterday. I had most of it stacked. I finished stacking it this morning. Got him caught up. We rolled some logs down the pile. He's got the pile knocked down at a nice comfortable level. He's gonna keep cutting. I'm going to do what Phil at Allen Family Firewood was talking about the other day. And I'm gonna go build a little welt outside of the Woodyard. And we're gonna go help a local contractor out. And again, if you don't know what I'm talking about building welt outside of the Woodyard, go check that channel out. I don't know if we'll be able to do any video where we're going, but I used to do concrete work when I was in college a long time ago, 20 years or so ago. And I still remember how to do it. I've done it from time to time. I've got a friend that needs a hand. He's got a small local business, so we're gonna go do that. Well, good afternoon, guys. I'm smiling because I'm getting to do a couple of my favorite things. Play with a chainsaw and hang Christmas lights. I'll let you guess on which one of those is really my favorite thing. I'm not sure. I think it might be the Christmas lights. No, probably not. So I'm gonna take it for a little walk here, and we're gonna look down, we're gonna look back. But this is the Stillwater River Walk, and they light this up for Christmas every year. And we're helping a homeowner that's along this stretch. And I'll introduce you to him in just a minute. He has a huge portion of this display that he does. But we've got lights that are set up for a long, long way, all the way down through, and all the way down through this way. They go forever. And then this whole area down in here, you can see some of the lights on the trees, but this is all lit right up. We're gonna come back here once they finally open it up on December 6th, and we'll do an actual walkthrough and show you. But I'm gonna go introduce you to the two guys that I'm working with today. All right, so the man behind me with the smile on his face is the man with a plan. This is Anthony Francis. Why don't you tell them where they can find this river walk and how they get information?
Stillwater River Trail Little Free Library, or Google Stillwater River Trail of Lights, and you can find us.
Now we open on December 6th?
December 6th.
All right, so December 6th on, you can come take a walk, and your daughter sells hot chocolate down here too, right?
She does.
Oh man, who doesn't like hot chocolate and Christmas lights? That's gotta be a good thing. How many lights are we figuring we're putting up this year?
700,000.
700,000 lights, and you do this yourself?
I do. And I have a plethora of volunteers that help. I have a resident volunteer. He's not here today, Mike Rideout. But I started this 5 years ago by myself, me and my family. The first year we did 38,000 lights. Last year we did 395,000 lights, and we're growing.
So you said, why not go big or go home and double it again?
You know, I try to set a personal challenge every year for myself by doubling it. So that's
that is awesome. And behind me I hear a tree squirrel. There's Mr. Overlock from D&O Concrete. He messaged and said he needed some help, and I said sure. I thought I was doing concrete. I've been hanging Christmas lights and playing with a chainsaw. So what is it that your business does?
Masonry and concrete work.
Masonry and concrete work. And you service all of Maine?
All of Maine.
All of Maine. So if you need some bricks laid or some concrete poured and finished, there's your guy right there. I'll put a link to his business down below, and I'll put a link to the Riverwalk as well. The man with the plan, he's there, thumbs up, life's good. So we'll be back December 6th, and we'll take a walk and we'll show it, and we'll come back and see if he's still smiling when he sees all his hard work lit up. So we're back from the Riverwalk, and we put up 20,000 Christmas lights today. And that was kind of the goal that we had set. I'll spin you around, show you what Gramp got done. He's got just a few logs left to cut tomorrow morning by the looks. And then these two loads will be finished, and he'll get a break while we get this stuff splitting out of here. So right there, maybe a cord. That's all decent sized stuff. I'll help him with that in the morning. The wind is still blowing, it's still cold, but that's a beautiful pile of rounds right there. 16 plus cord when it's all said and done, so that ought to be a good chunk of firewood to keep us going. There's a bunch of ash in there that we'll separate as we go too. Morning, guys. Let's go finish stacking some firewood with Gramp. guys, so we've got all the wood cut. That should be between 16 and 18 full cord, all depending on how that splits out. It is a cold, cold morning here in Maine. I had 21 degrees this morning. I've got the wood stove cranking. We started offering the fire starters, excuse me, wholesale to the public, for people that want to use them for their own firewood business and possibly brand them as their own, because I don't care who brands it as what. The response has been overwhelming, but what's even more overwhelming is the pile of wood that we have cut. So let me spin you around and show you what this looks like when you've got 2 full loads all blocked up and stacked up beside of each other. So these rows are 30 to 35 feet long, all depending on the row, 6 feet high, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 full rows of firewood, and all ready to wheel the splitter right up next to and go to town. These loads have quite a bit of ash in them, so we'll go ahead and get that put aside for our bagged firewood operation. There's a big chunk of cherry that was actually left from a previous load, that one front row there. That's going to go into smoker wood when we get to it. And then we've got a short pile of small ends over here, and our firewood from this side. The 11th row is a partial, so we'll call it 10 rows if we use this row to fill in this gap here. So we'll call it 10 full rows. Got all kinds of sawdust to make fire starters with, so I'll grab some trays of that, get it drying on the stove. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to stop drying sawdust now, and that's okay. So I've got my trays in hand. I'm gonna go get some sawdust. But you guys saw in the video earlier yesterday, we helped out Anthony Francis with his Christmas light display, and we helped out the local contractor, D&O Concrete, who I thought needed help with concrete, but he needed help putting Christmas lights up. And that's kind of what I'm talking about building wealth outside of the woodyard. Neither one of those things had anything to do with what we do here, but they all helped in the long term, and in the long run it was great for the business. I've already gotten a lot of traffic across the business page once they saw what we had done at the Riverwalk, and it's for a great cause. I mean, there are so many people that go to that Riverwalk every year and, you know, partake and participate in that. And I saw that Anthony has a place where people and businesses can donate, and he'll advertise your business on the Riverwalk. So I got a feeling we're going to be putting a donation in for that as well. I just think it's a great cause. He's not sure how much longer he'll be able to keep up doing more every year unless he gets volunteers. So if you're in the Maine area, the central Maine area, Bangor, Orono area, and you want to help volunteer with something like this, I'm going to put the link to the page below, and you can give him a shout, and he is more than willing to take volunteers anytime to help with that. And they have an online volunteer setup and schedule, so that will be something that'll be pretty cool. A couple trays of sawdust to dry on the stove. We've got some huge things in the works. I can't say much yet because it's going to require some prayer and some real good luck. But if anything happens and this works out, we're going to have some really awesome stuff to share. Remember, guys, a little bit every day goes a long way. Help someone if you can. I got to go make fire starters.